MSNBC analyst and former GOP chair Michael Steele. Here, Michael tells me why his mother, Mae Bell, is the most powerful woman in the world and what he was thinking when he became the first African-American elected to statewide office in Maryland. But first, I asked Michael about the challenges of being black and Republican.
Where to begin? You got a couch? Can we
sit back, analyze?
One of those moments. It is a very, very daunting, challenging opportunity, responsibility. You get within your own community, you're not trusted because you're a Republican, you're an Uncle Tom, you're a sellout. You have whites who look at you inside and outside the Republican Party, Democrats included, look at you suspiciously. What I've learned to do over the years is something my mama told me a long time ago: just be me. So I do me. You can ask any of my high school friends. I'm the same guy today as I was in high school. You know where I stand. I'm going to tell you like it is. And I don't mix my words. Yeah, it gets me in trouble. And, you know, sometimes it is better to be prudent than to be pushy. But I've always felt this sense of urgency, particularly when it comes to my politics.
What did it mean to you to be the first statewide African-American elected to office? Huge
moments. I'm standing on the Capitol steps, overlooking a sea of folks, this grand building, historic building, and right behind me, down at the port, literally behind me, Kunta Kinte was sold into slavery. And I'm sitting there going, wow, I'm now part of this legacy. This is the continuation of Kunta Kinte's story. In so many ways, the continuation of so many of African Americans who died, who struggled, who survived, who were successful, who failed. I'm standing on their shoulders on these steps.
I want to talk about you and your childhood. You were born at Andrews Air Force Base, and then you were adopted. What do you know about, if anything, your biological family? Nothing.
The system is designed not to let me know anything. So I don't know my medical history. I don't know anything about my parents other than they were co-eds at Catholic University. And that my mother, apparently my birth mother, was convinced by one of the sisters who worked at St. Anne's Infant Home to give me up for adoption as opposed to making a different choice. So if people understand why I'm pro-life, now you know.
Your adoptive mother, your mother,
Mae Bell.
Mae Bell,
most powerful woman in the world.
She brought you up by herself for a large part of the time after her husband died when you were about 3 years old.
My mother is just, you know, she's just one of these people that is giving and selfless, but strong and stern, and she's just a powerhouse and an example for me of the American dream, because the American dream is, in many respects, it's not so much what you get, but what you give. And when you have someone who has very little and they give it all, wow, that's a very powerful, very, very powerful lesson.